Hi, and welcome to OPM Now, where we inform you about the activities of the Prime Minister and your government. I'm Naomi Francis. This week on OPM Now, government expresses confidence about the new parliamentary year. Prime Minister Andrew Holness launches aggressive anti-illegal gun campaign. The business community reacts, and first phase of the plastic ban scheduled for review. These and more stories coming up right now.
Na 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 na. We want a peace for Jamaica. We have to be our brother's keeper. Jamaica live good, I make we.
The government has outlined several policy plans and programs to help building Jamaica as the new parliamentary year began on February 10. The government passed 26 pieces of legislation last year and aims to do more this year. Let's take a look back at the government's performance and achievements for the just concluded 2021-2022 parliamentary year.
With the 2022-2023 parliamentary year off to a start, the government will be building on its achievements and successes of the last parliamentary year, setting increased targets. For the period 2021-2022, the government hosted 56 sittings, 29 of which were held between February and August 2020 and 16 between September and February 2021. Leader of Government Business, the Honourable Edmund Bartlett, had this to say.
We had a 77.3% attendance, and we had 56 sittings of the House. So we think that it was a strong year, and the performance this year is a weather mark in my mind in terms of the future. And under my watch, the Parliament is going to do its job.
And as for the new parliamentary year, the Leader of Government Business says the public can expect earlier attendance and more policies to be put forward in the interest of all Jamaicans.
For the coming parliament year, this is going to be a strong year. There's going to be a lot of legislative work. We're going to be driving the sessional committees to meet more often and to cover more of the reviews of the reports from the statutory bodies and other government departments and agencies.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness in early February announced the Get Every Illegal Gun campaign. The campaign was approved by the National Security Council and will see the security forces leading strategic operations to get the illegal guns. Additionally, there will be a system to incentivize persons of up to $500,000 who give information to the police on illegal weapons. Here are reactions from the business community.
Since the announcement of the Get Every Illegal Gun campaign, there has been an outpouring of support from various sectors of the country. The strategy announced by the Prime Minister is aimed at targeting guns and gunmen with a multi-million-dollar reward fund. For some members of the business community, it's a welcomed move.
I commend the government for this effort, and also really the security forces too, because they have been, making some very significant discoveries and taking a lot of these really horrendous weapons off the streets.
For Richard Pandui, supporting the move depends on stronger legislation and public confidence.
But at the end of the day, this all depends on information and intelligence. And the capacity of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, etc., that capacity has to continue to be improved, because clearly the criminals are operating above our capacity. I mean, we're an island, the guns are coming in, and they're unrelentingly, they're coming in. And so the idea of border control, wherever that may be, is very important.
The government tabled the new Firearms Act in Parliament, proposing that a person convicted of illegal possession of a firearm must serve at least 15 years before becoming eligible for parole, the maximum being life in prison. Mr. Pandui says it's a step in the right direction.
It's important that people participate in these type of activities and have illegal guns. They must know that the full force of the law can come against them.
And for the president of the private sector organization of Jamaica, Keith Duncan, he welcomes the move, and so too the Anti-Gang Task Force campaign, a joint effort by the JCF and the JDF.
amnesties and gone buyback programs have worked globally. We have done a little research and we see that it works. And it sends a powerful signal and a message to the community, the wider Jamaica, that we are serious about taking the guns off the road. I believe what I am seeing right now in terms of all the pieces coming together, I am seeing a real deliberate effort and an execution of a strategy that is now going to put the criminals on their back foot. And we now need to take control.
In other news now, the Disabilities Act takes effect today, February 14, 2022. Among several key features, the Act will guarantee the protection of the rights of persons with disabilities to freedom from discrimination and access to education, employment, and healthcare. A critical element of the legislation is the establishment of the Disabilities Rights Tribunal, which will hear complaints made through the new Jamaica Council for Persons with Disabilities.
This body is established as a corporate body, or a body corporate, which is a public body which represents the issues of the government. And so it is in keeping with the Public Bodies Management and Accountability Act, where the JCPD will be able to manage its own affairs, of course, with the assistance of a board. But if an individual disobeys the order of the tribunal and fail to cooperate with that order, then they can be fined a penalty not exceeding $1 million. If the offending party is a company or a corporate body, then they can pay a penalty up to $5 million.
The first phase of the plastic ban, which came into effect on January 1, 2019, is down for review in short order. The Minister without portfolio in the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation with responsibility for the environment, Senator the Honourable Matthew Samuda, says the much-anticipated review will be brought before Cabinet.
We're going to get cracking this year to ensure that that review is done. So if there need to be tweaks to the policy and the law, we will make that happen. The elephant in the room is indeed plastic bottles. The Prime Minister had announced in 2018 that we would need to launch a deposit refund scheme, and there is indeed one in place. I don't think it's fit for purpose or scaled properly. The Prime Minister has directed me to look very seriously at it and to move our plastic recycling efforts from 12% of produced plastic monthly in Jamaica to 70% in 2 years. I'm sure the Prime Minister will touch several of those details in his budget speech to come, and I look forward to hearing it as well.
You know who have the gun them. Stop going like you don't notice. You notice.
And that's it for OPM Now. Please remember to follow the Prime Minister on all socials at Andrew Holness JM and on YouTube at Andrew Michael Holness /JM. And look out for OPM Now every Monday at 6 p.m. on all socials. Catch you next week, and please stay safe.